Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Laverne, and it's Ldlc in at the 2. Here's Musa. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Ajinça. The 3. Ldlc can't get it to go. Here's Campazzo. This one for 3. Rebound by Ajinça. Here's Ldlc. Puts up a 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And good that time. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's Harrison. Pass to Ldlc. Going inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ldlc's got 5 points so far.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
And they call an illegal screen here.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Here's Ldlc. 5 points in the game. Pass to Harrison. Here's Ldlc. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Harrison. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Here's Musa. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Ldlc. He's got 7. Shoots the 3. It's good from long range.
Zero defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide open 3.
Pass to Garuba. Fires for 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Ldlc. Harrison in the corner. Down low. From downtown. The offensive rebound. Ajinça with it. 3-pointer. Goes up with it again. Pass to Ldlc. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. Buries the long-range jumper. Ldlc's got 10.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Here's Harrison. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
1:02 left in the first quarter. Offensive rebound. Pass to Campazzo. To the inside. Garuba. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Harrison passes to Ldlc. A three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
There's Harrison. He's got 5. Down it goes, his 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Musa. Drains the 19-footer. 10 points for him. Here's Harrison. 2 on the clock. Jump shot is good that time. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Leading by 5. We'll get right back to the end. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
You've got Lee. He's out there with Maladon. Black is out there with Jackson. And it's Schofield in at the 4-man position. Lee passes to Maladon. Out to Lee. Beyond the arc. Drills the 3-pointer. Lee's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Pass to depth. It's deflected. Rebounded by Jackson. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Black. Outside for Jackson. Puts up a deep 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Guarded by Jackson. Down low. Here's Keck. Can't hit from in close. Ibaka outside. That 3 off the mark. Outside Jackson to the paint. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And a wide open look for Lee. No good on the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Ibaka. The tray. Black grabs the board. Ibaka's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Here's Maladon. No good from outside. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Gonzalez. Takes it off the glass. Gonzalez has got his first bucket of the night.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after a good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Pass to Maladon. The 3. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
It's intercepted. And here we go. Here's Schofield. Banked in off the glass.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Now here's Maladon. D right on him. Plays it up and banks it in. Maladon's got 5.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
From the arc, Black grabs the board. Pass to Schofield. It's stolen. 1-on-1 here. Screened by Ibaka. Over Maladon. Shot's good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 7 points here in this quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Screen by Lee. Paladon passes to Lee for 3. And no good. There's 57 seconds left here in the second. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Lee. There's the triple. Knocks down the 3 ball. Lee's got his second bucket tonight. Lee's gone 2 for 4 so far here tonight. Guarded by Jackson. Deck. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Lee. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Deck. Schofield grabs the board.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Here's Deck. Open jump shot off the mark.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. No, he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
That'll do it for the first half. They're up by 8, and we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Well, I think for the home team, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have. And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a rocky start for the home team. Got that is more than enough.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We've got Hezonja, and it's Garuba in a power forward. Here's DeColo, and he's good on the 3 ball. DeColo's got 13. DeColo's gone a nice 5 of 8 shooting from the floor. They've got Laverne, and it's Ajinça in at the small forward. Here's Musa from beyond the arc, and then some.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
You've got Hezonja, and it's Musa in at the 2 guard.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He's off on the first. And he sinks the second. Here's Harrison. He's got 9. No good on the 3. Here's Musa. All alone. Rebounded by Ajinça. Ajinça's got 4 rebounds in this game. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And that one's good, Harrison.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Musa. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Here's DeColo. He's got 13. And Garuba pulls it down. Pass to Hezonja. For Ajinça. Misses off the right iron.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
That shot, no good. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. A nice shot by Campazzo. Campazzo's got his first basket.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Driving to the basket. And that one's good, DeColo. DeColo's got 5 points now this quarter.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Here's Musa. 13 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. To the middle. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Here's Laverne. And that one ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. A nice shot by Campazzo. Campazzo's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they try to shrink this lead.
Harrison scanning the floor. Off target from outside. Here's Campazzo. And he banks in the layup. Campazzo's got 6 in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Laverne. No good with the triple.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Musa. Rebounded by Ajinça. Ajinça's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
And DeColo kicks to Harrison. Offline with his 3. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Up 4. And time to step aside quickly. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Here's Campazzo. Lee out there with Melodon. And there's Jackson. Then there's Black. And it's Schofield in at the 4 spot. Here's Campazzo. Covered by Lee. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team, Campazzo.
And that one misses.
2 shots.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
And that's a rare missed opportunity from him. He'd been good as gold up until that point.
Pass to Black, back to Lee. Lays it up off the glass.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here's Campazzo. Here's Gonzalez. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And here is Melodon. Lee outside. Five to shoot. Outside Jackson. Takes a three. And Gonzalez pulls it down. Gonzalez has got his 4th rebound in this one. Inside, here's Deck. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Here's Lee. Pass to Maladon. Here's Schofield. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Here's Campazzo. Covered by Lee. Deck off with the layup. Plenty of drama in this one so far.
Yeah, don't be surprised if it isn't decided until the final buzzer.
Jackson passes to Schofield. Back to Jackson. Fires the three. The rebound by Ibaka. Tries a three. Gonzalez's shot is off. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Lee. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Now here's Gonzalez. To the paint. It's tipped. And now here's Lee. The fast break opportunity. Kept alive. From deep. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3. We've got 1:48 left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Deck. Ibaka looking for an opening. To the wing right side. 6 to shoot. And they get it. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Schofield passes to Lee. Fires from way outside. And Campazzo pulls it down.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
And you can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
Here's Ibaka. Pass to Campazzo. Outside Gonzalez. Second shot opportunity. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Down low, Deck. No good with the layup. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking. Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
They set the pick. Ibaka for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. 15 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Now Lee. And so the road team gets the W in this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was.
All right, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter, Ldlc. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Here's Campazzo. They set the screen. Into the lane. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. Now here's Thompson. Puts up a 3. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. Pass to Campazzo. There's a screen from Garuba from deep. And Campazzo missing. On the wing, Thompson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
As pretty much any coach, that's how he'd like to start the game.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Right wing. There's a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Garuba. From the arc. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Nora to the middle. It's picked off. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Musa. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul, first team foul.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
That one misses. Pass to Smits. Here's Larkin. Let's go with a three. And the three-pointer goes.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Campazzo, the pass to Garuba. Here's Hezonja. Lets it go from deep. To the wing, right side. Another shot. Jump shot is good.
Intelligent ball movement. The offense looking one step ahead there.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Larkin. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Hezonja. Pass to Musa. Shoots over Thompson. Musa, no good.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Deflected. Here's Campazzo. Pass to Musa. The three ball. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
From outside the arc. Larkin no good.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Jacks up a 3. And it's Smits with a rebound.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrated.
Got a hand on it, and the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Nora. Thompson scanning the floor. From the top of the key.
And so far, they've done a great job of preventing points in the paint.
I like the way they've kept them shooting jump shots. No coincidence to find them in the lead.
Here's Garuba. There's the triple. Here's Campazzo. 5 to shoot. Second chance effort. That one misses. He's 1 for 3.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Thompson, no good.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
And yep, it's good.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Will it go? Larkin no good.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Now here's Thompson. He's closely guarded. And he gets a friendly roll as that one goes. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Garuba. 4-3. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Up 6. Stay with us now as we get set to... Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Ibaka. And it's Smits with a rebound. Bryant outside. From down in the low post, it goes. Pass to Deck. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Ibaka for 3. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2. Here's Poirier. That's Ibaka defending. Fires the three. Smith can't get it to go. And here they come. Ball's going up the court. And Gonzalez gets it to go.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
Bryant outside. From behind the arc. Deck with a rebound. Puts it up from 15. Second chance shot. Poirier with the rebound. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here's Deck. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Gonzalez. And the three off target. Up and in on the layup.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Away team foul. 3. First personal foul. First team foul.
So it's the home team now. 3-point lead. Ibaka, he's open. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Ibaka's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Here's Bryant. Drives to the hoop. Lays it up and banks it in. Bryant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Here's Gonzalez. Covered by Bryant. Ibaka with a screen on Bryant. Gonzalez passes to Ibaka. Basket's good. Ibaka's got 5 points.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Floats one. And he sinks the layup.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
A minute 15 left in the second quarter. Deck, that's good.
Oh, fantastic adjustment on the shot against tight defense.
Bryant outside. Inside. It's stolen away. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Goes back up. And Ibaka finishes inside. He has 7.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
To the paint. Ibaka with a steal. And they're on the break. From 7 feet away. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Defensive foul. Vincent Poirier.
And here's Bryant to stop the run. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Bryant's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Ibaka for 3. And that's not going to go. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Up by 5. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Guys, I heard that some of our production crew has been ranking us behind our backs.
I gotta be number.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a tough start for the visiting team. And that'll do it for...
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Musa in at the 2. Thompson, and that one drops for him. Thompson's got 6. So it's the home team now. It's a 3-point game. Here's Garuba. Soft touch off the glass.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Musa in at the shooting guard. And Thompson gets it to go.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Musa, good. He's got 7.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
They set a pick. Here's Larkin. Second shot opportunity. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And so he makes both from the line.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Pass to Musa. Here's Hezonja. Over to the wing. Here's Campazzo. No good on the triple. It's a neck-and-neck game in Miami. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Nora, pass to Poirier. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. Poirier's got his first bucket in this one.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Here's Musa. Tries again. Pass to Hezonja. Here's Campazzo. Here's Garuba. Clock at 6. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down. Here's Poirier. Misses off the left iron. 3-pointer. Musa. Good. 10 points for him.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Larkin. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
Here's Musa. 10 points for him. And that one drops.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Larkin. Offline with a 3.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
To the inside, Hezonja. And that one is stuffed right through.
Love the energy here in the third. Trying to take control now of this contest.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ballgame right here.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Both free throws good from Thompson.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Pass to Garuba. Here's Musa. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. Down low. Poirier with the rebound.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. but somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
Yep, that one goes. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Musa. Pulls it from 20. And that one comes up a bit short.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Gotta D him up better than that. He's simply too good from beyond the arc.
The three is up. And it's Smits with a rebound. Smits has got 8 rebounds in the game. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Larkin with the bucket. Larkin's got 10 points.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Here's Hazonia. Got it. Good job in the low post. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Larkin. Uses the glass on the layup. Larkin's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. Leading by just. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Campazzo in at the point.
As usual, terrific effort from him. Unwilling to let the possession go to waste.
Larkin with the bucket.
Boy, he's been a different player here in the second half, looking much more comfortable on the offensive end.
Here's Hazonia. Off target from outside. Pass to Thompson. Here's Smits. There's the three. And Campazzo pulls it down.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
The shot by Hazonia, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Nora, pass to Larkin. Campazzo with a steal. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Musa, no good.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Larkin passes to Poirier. Here's Nora. Pass to Smits. Here's Nora. Just 5 on the clock. There's a screen. Here's Larkin. No good with the triple.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
Here's Campazzo. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team, Campazzo.
That one misses. Both teams will make substitutions. And he's good on the second. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Out to the wing. Count that one.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth.
Hey, they really needed that one. Big time move inside.
Way up and over the big guy, and what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
The home team calls timeout. Let's hear to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. The head coach of the home team had some words for his team over the break. Coach asked his team, can anyone knock down a three? Reminding them three-point shooting will open up the floor, make things easier in the half-court offense. Everyone loves making threes. Missing? Not so much. BA?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Tipped away. Here's Bobois. Fires from the wing. It's rebounded by Ibaka. Here's Deck. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
Yeah, that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Pass to Gonzalez. Screen by Ibaka. Gonzalez passes to Ibaka. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Ibaka, good.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Bryant, left side, to the inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
You just can't give up looks that close to the rim.
Goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
And if you can't force the turnover on that play, then that's not a bad foul.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
It's Ibaka on the drive. Count it!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Up top, Johnson. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. He gets the first, and that brings him within 2 here. And Johnson drops them both. 40 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
It falls!
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
It's not over yet. You know, that's just sloppy basketball giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
27 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Gonzalez. Stolen by Bryant. Going all the way to the rack. Here's the 3. He's off from 3. Here's Johnson. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Off target with the 3. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. And so the home crowd treated to a win. What a performance.
Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Larkin out there with Thompson. And it's Poirier in at the center, locking down the middle.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's DeColo. For the three. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Larkin. Here's Smits. Rebounded by Ajinça.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Shot's good by Laverne.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break. Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Larkin's gotten 2 of his 3 attempts to fall from beyond the arc. And that one's good, Harrison.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Larkin. He has 6.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
First team foul.
Pass to DeColo. Here is Ajinça. Here's Harrison. Lets it go with the 3. Warhog grabs the board.
Well, there you have it, their first miss of the game, but still off to a solid start here in terms of shooting.
And that one falls for Larkin. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Lets the 3 fly. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. And the shot is good. DeColo's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, great job to push it up the court with the pass, and they get a nice transition score.
And the rejection by Ajinça. Harrison scanning the floor. Pass to Laverne. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Ajinsa's got his second basket.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more. Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Harrison kicks to Ajinsa. Back to Laverne. Pass to Ajinsa. Here's Harrison. Shot clock at 6. Here's the screen. Poirier grabs the miss.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Larkin on the 3 off target.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Thompson. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Picked off in midair. Thompson from long range. Nailed from three-point land. Thompson's got 5 points so far.
Wow, that's a tough foul to take there. That gives him 2 early on, and the coach might have to cut his minutes a bit.
36 seconds left to play in the first. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Ball goes to the away team. Substitution on the court.
Here's Larkin. He's got 10. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Here's Maledon. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Larkin. Here's Poirier. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied up. And we'll be back in just a moment with the... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
They've got Jackson. Maledon is out there with Lee. Then there's Black. And it's Schofield in at the power forward. Here's Johnson, and he drives in, and then Johnson with the jam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And the miss, not the best shot selection there. And a wide open look for Lee. They get it back. On the wing, Lee. Five on the clock. Off target from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Fires from deep. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lee's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Puts up a deep 3. Rebound by Johnson.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Here's Bryant. Kicks it out to Johnson. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
Covered by Lee. Here's Bryant. Can't get it to fall.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim. It came up empty.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
They grab their own miss. Back to Bryant. There's the three. Schofield grabs the board. Here's Melodon. Another shot, and the layup is up and in. Black's got his first 2 points of the night.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
And here's Bryant outside. Again, the miss by Bryant. Black in the post. Bryant's there. Pass to Melodon. Black. Outside for Jackson. Goes up again. Melodon with the bucket. Melodon's got 6.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
And it's Bryant missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Melodon passes to Schofield. Now here's Melodon. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Schofield. Outside for Jackson. Puts up a 3. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Theo Melodon picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
The visitors with the ball. They trail by 7.
This has not been his quarter so far. He needs to find a way to get going here.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Trying to get something going, and it's blocked. Jackson has the open look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And here's Bryant outside. And Lee pulls it down. Launches a 3. That shot, no good. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Up by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Make some noise and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention.
No matter who makes it, I know all these guys. They're ready.
The final tally of votes soon to come. And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the home team.
Offensively, they...
And that is our...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. They've got Harrison, and it's Laverne in at the center position. Thompson from long range. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
We've got Larkin. He's out there with Thompson. And it's Poirier in at the center. From outside the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Takolo's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Takes the 3. Sinks the triple. Takolo's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Fires the 3. Larkin can't get it to go.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Ldlc kicks to Harrison. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. A nice shot by Poirier.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And they're staring at a sizable deficit.
And still within reach, though, that they don't have to rush things.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
And Ldlc kicks to Harrison. Here's Ldlc. He's got 11. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Laverne. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. Laverne's got his second basket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Mora can't get it to go. Here's Ldlc. Bangs home the trifecta. Ldlc's got 9 points in the quarter.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
Here's Harrison. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Harrison's got his second bucket of the game to go.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket. It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
That's to Ldlc. Back to Harrison. Here's Ldlc. Trains the three-pointer. Ldlc's got 12 points in just the second half.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Here's the three. Poirier grabs the miss. Poirier's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Larkin, no good with the triple.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
They get it again.
13 foul. Third personal foul, second team foul.
And the first one drops.
For the away team, Smith. 2 shots.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Here's Ldlc. Here's Laverne. Here's Ldlc. 17 points in the game. Pass to Harrison. The three sinks the three-pointer. Harrison's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
He gets it up. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Delivering the blowout. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Laverne, and it's a Jinsa in at the 3 spot. Here's Harrison. No good from outside.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding you.
Hits the 3-point bomb.
Well, that brings his total to 5 makes from beyond the arc for the game. Feeling some confidence from range.
Here's DeCola. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Harrison. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pass to Larkin. There's the pick. Launches it. No good on that one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Harrison. He's covered by Thompson. From past the arc. The shot by Harrison, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
That's tipped, and they get it back. They get it back. Poirier passes to Nora. Thompson for the triple. Thompson's gotten only 1 of his 3s to drop for him. He's got 5 attempts. Here's Harrison. Good on the triple. Harrison's got 11 in the second half.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Larkin. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Larkin's got 21.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Pass to Poirier. It's tipped, and they'll get another chance. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Clock at 4. He tries for 3. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's DeColo. That 3 off the mark. Larkin, the pass to Nora. Up and in on the layup. Nora's got his first basket of the night.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's faced.
And a miss there on the triple. Thompson for 3. Rebounded by Ajinça. Thompson's gone 2 of 7 from the floor here. Drives to the hoop. Nora grabs the board. Nora's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, and that's what you want. Get something out in space before the defense can get set.
Here's Harrison. He's covered by Thompson. And that one's good, DeColo.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort, as well as how well he's been able to get ideal positioning on the glass.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Nice shot by Larkin.
Assist goes to Poirier.
51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Harrison. He's covered by Thompson. DeColo can't get it to go. Here's Larkin. Got a hand on it, and they get it back. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Substitution on the court.
32 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. DeColo from outside off the mark. Johnson, the pass to Bryant. Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. And the basket by Oturu. Here's Harrison. And so the home crowd treated to a win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control operating.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Musa in at the shooting guard. 5 to shoot. Screen by Deck. Here's Garuba. From outside, off the mark. Here's Laverne. Pass to Harrison. Here's Laverne. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. And the shot goes. First quarter of play, a minute in. There's the drive. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's DeColo. From downtown. Deck with a rebound. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Campazzo, the pass to Deck. Three-pointer. Another shot. He's off on that one. Here's Schofield. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter.
Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Musa. Five on the clock. Fires the three. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Schofield. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Pass to Musa. Fires for three. Offensive rebound. Second chance effort. And it's good on the layup.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. It's stolen by Campazzo. Inside. Here's Harrison. Here's DeColo. Hits a three-pointer.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Here's Deck. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. There's a minute 40 left in the first quarter. Here's Harrison. No points so far. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's where they'd like all their shots to come from.
Here's Musa. There's a screen from Garuba. Pass to Musa. Shot clock at 6. He takes it in to the paint. The layup off target.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Garuba with a rebound. Schofield's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Gets it to go. Makes him 2 for 5.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
34 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's DeColo. Counted from distance. DeColo's got 6.
No defender within within 5 feet of him, just inviting him to shoot the three. That's a dangerous proposition.
The deep three. Musa, no good.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work ethic.
Here's the pick. Here's DeColo. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Up by 3. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, they clearly came into this game focused on sharing the ball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
Here's Lee. And the three-pointer goes. Lee's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Oh, and Jackson with the block. Here's Lee. Pass to Inja. And it's good for 2. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Jackson surveying the D. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul, first team
On
foul.
Sunday, then on Friday.
At the line for your home team.
And he drops the first.
Taking 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. To the middle. Picked it out of midair. Pass to Maladon. Fires from deep. Gonzalez pulls it in. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Brian, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie. Here's Lee. Gonzalez pulls it in. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And yep, it's good.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Here's Lee. He's got 5. Pass to Maladon. Soft touch off the glass. Maladon's got his first basket.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Fires in the triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Lee's gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Hezonja, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Shot clock at 5. Maladon, pass to Lee. No good on the 3.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
That 3's off the mark. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Jackson, pass to Injai. Back to Jackson. Deflected. Here's Gonzalez. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
1:10 left in the first half. Here's Maladon. Pass to Lee. Wide open look. Good. He hits the jumper. Lee's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Injai. Kicks it out to Jackson. Maladon. Pass to Lee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sinks the tray. Lee's got 10 points.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
24 seconds left in the first half. The shot by Hezonja, no good. Pass to Lee. Takes the 3. And Hezonja pulls it down. Here's Gonzalez. Back to Ibaka. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Up by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Even teams that have great shooters have to be selective. They're hucking it up from beyond the arc, hoping for the best. And it reminds me.
And next up on the... And that is going to do it for us. Let's get...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Here's DeColo. Takes it inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Give him 8 points now. DeColo's gotten 3 of his 5 to go tonight. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Musa in at the shooting guard position. Here's Campazzo. Lays it up and banks it in.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Laverne. Pass to Schofield. Here's Ajinça. No made baskets yet. Off the mark there with a 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Campazzo in at the point. That one drops for him.
It's probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Here's DeColo. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. DeColo's got 10 points.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Here's Musa. Nails it from beyond the arc.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
And there's a pick. Here's DeColo. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. DeColo's got 7 points for the quarter.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Lets the 3 fly. Connects from downtown.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
DeColo's gone a terrific 6 for 8 shooting from the floor. Here's Deck. Second chance shot, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
The First free throw is good. And so he's able to get one of two.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Here's Laverne. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And we're starting to see some big contracts for NBA head coaches, Doris.
Well, B.A., whether we are talking about player contracts or coaches' contracts, the cost of business is the cost of business. And coaches, to me, earn every penny. Because what happens when teams underperform? The first fall guy is typically that head coach. I have 0 problems with the salaries.
Here's Harrison. Just 5 to shoot. Here's DeColo. Not this time.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Campazzo, the pass to Deck.
It'll be a turnover.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the third quarter here. Here's Harrison. For 3, it's deflected. To the paint. Here's Garuba. No good with a layup.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Away team foul. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
1:20 left in the third. Here's DeColo. 3-pointer off the mark. Oh, they get a hand on it. Buries it down low. 1:03 left in the third. Pass to Musa. The 3. The rebound by Harrison.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
DeColo. 3-pointer, no good. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Laverne. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. This is his second trip to the line in the game. First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. Trying to make up ground here.
And with plenty of time left, you want to play with urgency, but not desperation.
Here's Musa. No good with a jumper from the wing. Here's Harrison. Puts up a deep 3. No good on the buzzer beater. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. They lead. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. 0 chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Njai in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Lee. Pure from 3-point range.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Musa. The 3. To get it again. Garuba, no good. Here's Njai. They set the pick. Here's Lee. 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the wing. No, 4 for 9 from the floor now. If they're going to go on a run, Grant, there's no better time than right now.
You're so right, B.A. I think they definitely expected a closer game than this.
Here's Musa. No good from outside.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Here's Lee. Off target with the 3.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
And Campazzo missing. Here's Maladon. Pass to Lee. Here's Maladon. Back to Lee. Fires top of the key, and the shot's good.
Well, good vision from the inside and kicking it to the perimeter.
Lee's gone 5 of 11 shooting tonight from the floor. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Tries it from the top of the key. They still need this. And it's good on the lay-in.
Well, it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. And the basket is good. Lee's got 7 now in this quarter.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
He gets it in there.
No need to risk a shot from range when you can take it inside.
.152 left in the fourth quarter here. Maladon, pass to Lee. Launches it from deep. And Azonia pulls it down. In transition, here they come. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
At the line for the away team, number 24.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second.
Listen, it's only 1 miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. Minute 32 left in the fourth. Pass to Maladon. Launches a 3. And no good. Maladon's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Here's Ibaka. And the jam by Ibaka.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Lee. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. They need to rally in a big way, Grant, if they want to stage a real comeback.
And B.A., they better do it soon because the window is definitely closing.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
46 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Njai. That's Ibaka defending. 6 on the shot clock. With the drive. It's rebounded by Ibaka. Man, you never want to say never, but in this case...
Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if divine intervention could turn this around.
Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
And so they get the victory here at home. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Campazzo in at point.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team.
That free throw good from Thompson. That one misses, and it ends up out of bounds, and they'll keep possession. And the new power rankings are out, with the regular season coming to a close. And you take a look at this home team, they're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
When you look at this visiting team, they're one of those teams that people seem to underestimate, not expecting to be this high on the list at this point in the year.
Offensive rebound. Garuba nails the baby hook.
He's got a knack for those putbacks, so you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
Thompson looking for an opening, and it's blocked. They recover it. Pass to Smits. Misses the three. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Here's Deck. A three-pointer off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Nice shot by Larkin. Here's Campazzo. Here's Garuba. Pass to Musa. Plenty of space. Second chance shot. Tavares gets the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Thompson with it. And the layup falls. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Here's Deck. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Larkin. Here's Poirier. The layup off target. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Deck off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Smits, and he dunks it down.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. It's blocked. Here's Larkin. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Pass to Campazzo. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And there's the drive. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop. That thing is over.
Thompson outside to the middle. Here's Campazzo. And here they come. Here's Larkin. And the layup's good off the glass. Larkin's got 5 now.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The shot by Deck, no good. Deck's gone 1 of 4 so far. Here's Poirier. Hasn't made one yet. The shot from the low post is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And they're pushing it up. With the second effort, he lays it in. Poirier's got his second bucket.
Those are some hustle points, really bonus points when you put in a miss.
Here's Garuba. And that one hits back iron. They swipe it. Here's Musa. No good on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
A steal. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter, leading by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Back to Hezonja. This one for 3. An offensive rebound. And he drops it in from the low post.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Ryan against Gonzalez. He gets that one.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Ibaka for 3. Oturu with the rebound. Bryant drives in, and the basket is good.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Back to Gonzalez. And now, here's Hezonja, covered by Johnson. Pocket 6. There's a good screen. Shoots. Hezonja's shot is off.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Pushing it up. Here's Ibaka. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Johnson down low. Tries again. Tries it again. Johnson the screen with the drive, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I'm not sure what happened there. His family's in the building. I don't know. You have to finish those.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you know it takes skill for you to get your shot up over a bigger guy. Little giant killer. That's impressive stuff.
Takes it off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Bryant drives in. Count that bucket. Ryan's got 6.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Ibaka, no luck. Here's Oturu. Defended by Ibaka. It's stolen by Ibaka. And they're running. And the layup's good off the glass. 6 points for him.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Bucket is good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the half. Pass to Azania. Misses in close.
And they continue to control the glass.
To the inside. Here's Oturu. Bryant looking it over. Johnson outside. Bryant down low. Gonzalez on him. And Bryant the bucket on the assist by Johnson.
He's just got it on automatic right now, shooting 100%, and that'll keep your confidence high.
Driving inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And he makes that one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here is Azania. Scoreless thus far. 26 seconds left to play in the first half. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Ibaka. Misses the wing Jerry.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Johnson outside. No good on the last second attempt there. And so that's the end of the first half. They lead by 12. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And
They're moving at a high speed. When they get in space, they really push the pace. Makes them hard to keep up with.
Yeah, several times.
All right, guys, let's talk. And that'll do it for halftime.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And it's Deck in at the small forward. Pass to Smits. Out to Thompson. Here's Larkin. That one goes in. Larkin's got 7.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Right wing. Lets it go from deep. Garuba's shot is off.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Now, assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
A 3 ball. Here's Tavares. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. 8 points for him.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. Ron imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
first personal foul.
The first one falls.
At the line for 2, Larkin.
Larkin hits them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Rough start to the second half for them, only getting one of the past 4 shots to fall.
To the middle, here's Poirier. Up and in on the layup. Poirier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. Here's
Musa. Goes back up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for the away team.
First one falls for him.
Usman Garuba at the line for 2.
So he gets them both. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
Here's Thompson. And Garuba pulls it down.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
Here's Campazzo. He's covered by Thompson. Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Here's Poirier. He has 6. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Larkin, the pass to Smits. Stolen away. And they're on the break. Here's Campazzo. Good, nice job down low.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Thompson right side. Six on the shot clock.
Out of bounds. The ball goes to the away team.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Campazzo, the pass to Musa. They set the pick. Driving the lane inside. Tavares. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
He misses the free throw.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. 1:25 left in the third. Here's Thompson. Here's Larkin. 11 points in the game.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
All the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead.
Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight. Mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Bryant dishes to Johnson. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Johnson's got 6.
And the game of basketball is one of runs, and right now this one's definitely not over.
Pass to Garuba. There's the pick. Down low. Here's Tavares. Off target at the rim. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. They get a hand on it.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how it plays out.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And he knocks down the first one.
Second team foul. At the line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Deck. Here's Garuba. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. They lead by 11. Don't go anywhere. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Bryant. He's out there with Thompson. And it's Oturu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Outside, Gonzalez. To the paint. Here's Hazanya. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hazanya's got his first points of the night.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Oturu. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Here's Hazanya. And finish off by Hazanya.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the away team, Hazanya.
That's good from Hazanya.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Here's Bryant. Kicks it out to Johnson. Kept alive. Bryant on the foul.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Ibaka. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the away
First free throw is good.
Ibaka. 2 shots.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Here's Thompson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That free throw good from Thompson.
2 shots.
And so Thompson nails both of them.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Inside, here's Ibaka. Hits that one. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And it's Johnson penetrating. Doesn't get the finger roll.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Back to Gonzalez. Just 5 on the clock. Ibaka outside. Jacks up a 3. Johnson with the rebound.
They're losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not looked comfortable all game.
Fires from the wing. He can't hit that time.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Bryant, right side. Here's Thompson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Thompson's got 4 points in the quarter.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Clock at 6. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Plays it up and banks it in.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Here he goes. That's tipped. Outside Bryant. It's deflected. 1:29 left to play here in the fourth. He's covered by Thompson. Oturu with the rebound. Oturu's got 5 rebounds tonight. From the top of the key, a rebound by Hazanya.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
They set the screen. Ibaka, no luck. Here's Oturu. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Gonzalez against Bryant. Out to Ibaka. Lets it go from deep. The shot will not fall. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it's going to go the other way.
Awaiting ball. Substitution on the court.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
Here's Azania. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point land. Nice shot by Larkin. And so they get the victory here at home. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused.
2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our distinguished analyst. Ldlc on the sidelines. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Here's Laverne, and there's the drive, and he jams it home with authority.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. It's good on the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
There's the screen. Here's Nicolo. Here's Schofield. Banked it in off the glass. Here's Larkin. About a minute into this first quarter. This one for three. Second shot opportunity. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And he drops it first. So he gets them both.
Well, a big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. You don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Here's Nicolo. Here's Laverne. Shoots. Poirier with the rebound.
Mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Harrison. Ooh, Thompson with the block. They recover it. It's stolen. In transition. Smits passes to Nora. Here's Smits. Pass to Nora. Takes a three. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. driving in. And he banks in the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Smith. Pass to Nora. Here's Larkin. Shot clock at 5. The 3 is up. Misses another. Just 1 of 4 from the floor.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Oh, got that one up quick.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
From deep three-point land. Can't hit that one.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Here's Laverne. Here's DeColo. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
He hits the second from the line. And he nails the third.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Shot to stop the run. Larkin no good.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Harrison with the bucket.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
And he drives in. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Basket counts.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Larkin with the bucket.
That's his second make in 7 attempts. Not a pretty start.
Here's Harrison. Stripped it away. Here's Poirier. That 3's off the mark. Here's DeColo. No good on the 3.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
DeColo's gone 1 for 3 on the night. He launched that one from way outside.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. DeColo's gone 1 for 4 from the field. Here's Thompson. Misses in close. And here's the fast break. Here's the pick. Here's Harrison. And it's all from 3-point range. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Leading by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
There's so much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
Here's Lee. 5 to shoot. Launches it. The shot no good. They've got Maladon. And it's Lee in at the point guard position. Back to Bryant. 4-3. No luck on that one. Pass to Inja. Here's Lee. Here's Maladon. Back to Lee. Here's Maladon, covered by Bryant, and Maladon hits from deep. Maladon's got his first 3 points of the game.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Home team foul. Number 21. First personal foul. First team foul.
Jackson outside. They set a pick. Pass to Lee. 6 to shoot. Doesn't go that time. Defended by Jackson. Not really his range, and it's off target. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Jackson on the wing. Lets the three fly. They grab their own miss. Back to Maledon. Pass to Lee. Here's the three. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
They're shooting the three extremely well this quarter. Be fun to see if they can keep it up.
And that's good. His first bucket of the game. Pass to Maledon. There's the triple. Hits the trifecta. Maledon's got 6 in the quarter.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Bryant, no good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And the basket by Lee.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
And here's Bryant outside. Inja grabs the miss.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Here's Lee. And he knocks it down. He's 3 of 5 now from the floor.
He came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
Lee's gone 3 for 5 shooting from the floor. Bryant outside. They need this. Inja grabs the miss. Injai's got his 4th rebound in this one.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
That shot is off. It's a one-on-one situation. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, 10 points separating these teams. Maledon, pass to Lee. They set the screen. On the take. Back to Maledon. Let's go with a 3. The shot no good. Bryant from deep 3-point land. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Maledon, pass to Jackson. Nails it from 3. Jackson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Bryant, no good.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Ball is turned over. Home team ball.
There's 31 seconds left in the half. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Drills it from deep.
This has been an awful quarter for him. Just 1 for 8.
17 seconds left to play in the half. Here's Lee. He has 7. Clock at 6. No good. So we conclude the first half, leading by 10. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And as we welcome you to halftime,
They want to lean on that perimeter game. I get that. But being one-dimensional, guys, look, it just makes it too easy to...
and next up we have the award winner. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. Here's Harrison. Here's Nicolo. The three. And it's Smits with a rebound. Smits has got his 5th rebound in this one. Three-pointer. It's tipped. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. So it's the home team now, trailing by 10. Here's Nora. He's scoreless. Here's Larkin.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. And it's Smits with a rebound.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Smits has got 10 points.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. From deep. Larkin no good. Here's Nicolo. He's got 6. Here's Laverne. Harrison, the pass to Schofield. Just 5 on the clock. Shot is up. Can't nail the jumper.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for them.
And they get it back. And it's in there. Nora's got his first 2 points of the night.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
To the left wing. Pass to Harrison. Fires for 3. Knocks it down from distance. He's got 5.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
They need everyone clicking here. Unfortunately, his game has gone the other direction.
Here's Nicolo. Misses the 3.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Poirier's shot is off.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Nora grabs the board. It's picked off. Schofield passes to Harrison. Here's Nicolo. Pass to Harrison from downtown. It's not going to go for him. They still have time to make this a game.
But they really need to focus in because they let this game get away from them a little bit.
Thompson's shot is off. Thompson's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. 1:25 left to play in the third quarter here. Here's Laverne. Three-pointer. It doesn't go for him. From deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Thompson's got 8 points.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Nicolo. And the layup is good off the glass.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points. Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Driving inside, Schofield. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Schofield's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing. Now, say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Here's DeColo. It could go. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And he drives in. Pass to Harrison. It's tipped. From deep. And it's Smits with a rebound. Smits has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
First team foul.
And the free throw, no good.
Larkin, 1 shot. Substitution on the court.
They've got plenty of time to get back into this.
Yeah, I'm sure they feel pressed, but this is when you have to stay calm and execute.
And here's Bryant outside. He buries it from 3.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
We've got Jackson, and it's Njai in at the center position. On Monday, and then on Sunday.
First team foul. At the line for the away team.
That one's off.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on the second free throw. Bryant outside. Goes back up. And the layup is good by Johnson.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Here's Lee. Pass to Maladon. From the arc. No luck on that one. And here's Bryant outside. The rebound by Jackson. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. Really left him alone that time.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Here's Njai. Covered by Johnson. Pass to Lee. Lets it go from deep. Sinks it from distance.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
And here's Bryant outside. That shot is off.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Pass to Lee. Takes a 3. Buckets. He's now 6 of 10 from the field.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble. It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
2 minutes.
And there's the drive. He's got a piece of it. Ahead. Here's Bryant. Finished off the break.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Pass to Maladon. The three is up. Not going to go that time. Outside Johnson. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Lee, covered by Bryant. As we know, Brent, experiencing some team drama is not an uncommon experience in the NBA.
Man, BA, as years went on and playing 7, 8, 9 seasons in the league, you almost started to invite some of that drama into the locker room. It's really a character builder, and it shows you that you care about what it is that you're doing. So the drama are always great lessons for how strong your team is going to be.
There's Jackson with the three. They get it back. And the dunk by Jackson.
The way they dominated, they earned the dub tonight.
Now, these nights last a long time when you just go out there and you outwork your opponent. You know that that's going to pay dividends. Tonight, it's going to come in a win.
Puts up a deep three. Maladon grabs the miss.
Yeah, that shot's not going to make his teammates or coaches happy.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of shot helps with is your opponent's chance of winning.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Here's Lee. The visiting club takes the win on the road. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd.